Hi, I'm Ellen.
Hi Ellen, nice to meet you.
Cat it is?
Yes.
Great, thank you so much for having me.
Oh, it's no problem. It's great to meet you.
Yeah, you as well.
Great. So, why don't we just start off with you telling me a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So I grew up competing as an Irish dancer and got many injuries, had a bad back and attended PT, got really interested in the field and worked at a PT clinic in high school, just graduated from Ithaca College's PT program and really loved working in orthopedics mostly for my clinicals, and I loved Ithaca so much that I decided to stay and look for somewhere that I could start my career here. It's just a beautiful place, and I've made lots of connections, and I just couldn't leave them. So that's why I'm still here today.
Glad to hear that you love Ithaca and that you want to stay.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just talk about some of your strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah, of course. So I'm really good at personal interaction, meeting new people. I thrive on when I get to meet somebody new and start to develop a relationship with them. I'm responsible. I get things done on time, and I like to share new ideas, and I'm always excited to learn more. Whether whatever that whatever category that may be in. Just across my whole life, I love to learn more and share experiences, and I think I have a pretty good. I can have a good patient therapist alliance, and yeah, just bring my A game.
Okay, so you have a lot of strengths, and I hear that you're very responsible, that you really just want to get that really impersonal of relationship with your patient.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me at least one weakness that you have and want to work and improve on.
So one of my weaknesses is that I can get almost too empathetic with patients sometimes if they become emotional in front of me. Sometimes I can kind of show my emotions as well and kind of mimic what they're feeling, which I think sometimes maybe could be good, but that's something to work on is being empathetic and remaining professional in that situation.
Okay, it's hard when you see someone cry.
Yeah.
You wanna show them that you do care, but like there's also that still you wanna also hold that responsibility of I'm still working with you and I don't want to get too attached because then it's going to be hard once they leave.
Yeah,
I understand.
Yeah. Still see me as this trusting but empathetic figure.
Mm-hmm.
That they can get to.
So, what interests you about this job?
Well, Cayuga Med is very well known in Ithaca. Ever since I've been here, I've known what it is and hear people attending PT there all the time and going there for other injuries, and it's a very prestigious company that I think offers a lot of great programs, the continuing education and the alliance that they have with Ithaca College. They send professors over there, and I love that they provide so many services within the PT department itself, and have masters of different kinds of PT services, and I just think that it is a well-rounded company.
Okay. So, what do you think has prepared you for this job?
So apart from the clinicals and experience that I've gained through the PT program, I've worked in customer service as a waitress for several years, all throughout college, and it helped me to become more of an expert on you could translate into, patient therapy alliance, but just providing services to somebody and making sure that their experience, wherever it may be, in the restaurant, in the clinic, is top notch, and what they expect it to be, and goes as well as they would like.
Good, because we do value our patients, and we do want them to come back, and we want them to be part of our community as long as possible. So where do you see yourself in between 3 and 5 years?
Well, actually, I'm very interested in being trained in pelvic floor PT. I've always been interested in that, and as well as orthopedics. So I would love to attend some continuing education on that, or be trained in that, and start to treat pelvic floor patients and learn about that. Maybe have a mentor, and that could be in 3 to 5 years, and possibly even work with the Ithaca College, maybe implementing pelvic floor course there to offer to the students, because I know when I was there I really wanted that, but wasn't offered it, so maybe that's a little farther down the line, but definitely being here and just working my way up, and gaining these skills and services that I can offer to patients.
Okay, so since you are interested in our pelvic floor, so you'd be interested in kind of talking and getting to know some of our pelvic floor physical therapists that are currently working here.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever pursue anything like that before? Even just talking to people and kind of doing some more research on it?
Pelvic floor therapy? Yeah, definitely. In my senior year of college, I was on a pelvic floor research team, and we got to work with local pelvic floor PTs, who I now see as mentors, and sought out and would shadow and talk to them, and gain this connection with them, and just try to learn as much as I could while still in college, that I could from them. So
that's very nice.
Yeah.
Congrats on your research.
Thank you.
So do you have any questions for us?
Yeah, so I know that you offer the continuing education and encourage your employees to do that. I wanted to know a little bit more about that offering that you have, and if there is a cap on how much financial support you give to somebody for this continuing education or training for something else, and I just know a little bit more about that, I guess.
So we do offer the reimbursement for education, especially if it's going to be something that's going to provide a lot of new clientele into our program.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to be based probably upon the actual courses that we're going to take and how long it's going to take. But that'd be something that would be discussed probably as we go farther along. But it would be nice enough so that way you wouldn't have to pay everything.
Okay. Great. And then I also just had a question, if you know this number, if you knew what your no-show rate and cancellation rate was of your patients.
That would be low. Our patients are very satisfied when they come here, and they love coming back to us and seeing our physical therapist. So
great. I definitely know a number of people who can't say enough about how great the PT is here.
All right.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, and if you want a copy of my resume,
sure, I'll take that. Thank you.
Perfect. Do you mind if I get a business card?
You got it.
Great. Thank you so much.
It was nice to meet you, Ellen.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. It's great to meet you.
You too.
Hi, Kat.
Hi, Ellen. It's nice to meet you today.
Nice to meet you as well.
Just wanted to thank you for having me for an interview.
Absolutely. Welcome.
I'm glad to be interviewing for your company. It seems very patient-centered, and I feel like I would fit in very well here.
Great. Awesome. Well, again, thank you for coming, and I guess we can just get started.
All right.
So, tell me about yourself, Kat.
So as you know, I'm a recent graduate from Ithaca College. I graduated from the physical therapy department. Um, I actually, during grad school, I was an assistant coach for the women's novice crew team. So I worked closely with varsity, novice. I got to work with all the different coaches between men's and women's team. So I feel like that kind of provides me being able to communicate with different people and being able to teach at the same time because I have to be able to teach people how to row, which is a process, but it's a fun time. Um, I also have a background in working in customer service. I did that for probably about 6 to 7 years now. So I'm able to like just kind of create that friendly environment and be able to work with people is something that I love to do, and I love putting smiles on people's faces. It's just like great feeling.
Yeah, great. So it sounds like you've got a lot of experience in customer service and working with others. That's awesome. So tell me about some of your strengths and weaknesses.
I would say my strengths would be just that communication, kind of getting to know people and making them feel like they can trust me. And like that's something that just comes easily. And like it's not going to take time to build. Like I'll create it on that initial call or like that initial evaluation. Like they know that they can ask me questions and I'm not going to kind of make it look like I'm like belittling them as like some people like see that whole like patient therapist like the therapist is like the overbearing power. Like I want to make it a unique experience for them. I want them to feel like we're the same and like I'm gonna work with them and like their goals are my goals because I want them to succeed. I would say another strength would be just probably my time management, being able to solve problems. One example I could give you is when I was out on clinical, my first clinical actually. So this was a new experience. My CI and I were working with a couple patients in the clinic, and the front desk receptionist was on the phone with one of our current patients, and they had some issues with insurance, and so like they had called my CI over, and at the same time I wasn't really paying attention to what my CI was doing because I was with my own patient, and so they got into a whole thing, and it lasted for like a good hour to hour and a half, and so I was kind of just left alone in the actual treatment space, working with the patients. And I kind of just realized that something was wrong, and I just took over the role of my CI and just worked with the patients, got them through their treatment programs, answered their questions, made any adjustments that I needed to and were fit for them. And we were able to kind of continue on without any real bumps in the road. So I thought that was like good. So I'm able to solve problems and kind of keep it a calm situation without alerting any of the patients that something's wrong.
Right. Great. Well, it sounds like you treat your patients as your equal and you step up to the plate when you need to. Great.
So I would say one of my weaknesses would probably be you would see it as experience. Like I haven't been out long, like I just graduated, but I think that can kind of be worked into a strength because I'm willing to work, I'm willing to learn, I'm willing to do what's needed in order for me to progress my career, but also create a new environment.
Right.
So for you, like what I'm looking for is to hopefully become a board certified pediatric physical therapist because I do know that you don't have one currently on staff, so I think that would be very special for you guys. So that way I'm able to show like this is my specialty, but I also still am looking into new and different ways of treatment. So like I am also interested in vestibular, but that also goes into pediatric because there's different interventions for all those things as well.
Right. Great. Well, that's good to hear that that's something that you want to pursue. So what interests you about this job?
I'm interested in the whole community aspect. Like you guys are very involved with many community organizations throughout Ithaca, and I think that's really important because you're getting your name out there and you're making sure that all of your patients and future patients are like, this is a company that like I see, it's well spoken about, it's involved, like it's a very community, family friendly environment, and I think that's just something very amazing to work with.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm glad you appreciate the community that we serve here. What experiences have prepared you for this job?
I think some of the experiences would be again that I have worked with customer service, and that I've also been a rowing coach. So like I have that ability to adapt my style of teaching. So like when I'm working with patients and I have to teach them exercises or teach them like about their injury, I'm able to explain it in a way that they're able to understand and they're able to take away and really understand the purpose of our interventions to get them to their goals. And then customer service is giving me a way to communicate with patients, giving them a smile all the time. Like even when I'm down, like they're gonna get a smile from me. Like it's their time. It's not my time, it's their time. So I'm making it that, gonna get that therapeutic alliance between them, kind of creating that great atmosphere in the clinic between me and the patients, but then also me and my coworkers.
Great. Well, all that is definitely very important to be a successful physical therapist. Where do you see yourself in 3 to 5 years?
In 3 years, I'm hoping to have certifications in vestibular and concussion rehab, because I know concussion is becoming more prominent in the athletic population, so being able to treat that and being able to bring in that population into this clinic would be very important. And then that would also be going into a specialty with pediatric physical therapy, probably farther down the line. So once I get a foothold in the door with physical therapy and kind of establish myself with patients, then I'm able to get that certification, and then people can come to me, like they already know my name. And then this way, like I have that thing on top, like now I can call myself, like I'm someone that you can come and see, and like I know the specifics about pediatrics and I'm able to help your child and just kind of work with the family as well.
Great. Let's see. Do you have any questions for us?
One question I do have is in regards to your continuing education. It says, you know, I want to become a certified pediatric physical therapist, but that's also going to cost money.
Right.
So I just want to kind of know, like, how you would support me in that, like, financially, if, like, I would get a little bit of reimbursement through that and just kind of further my career in that.
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely encourage continuing education and different training, and we do provide tuition reimbursement, which is available for you if you wanted to pursue that. So yeah, I would definitely highly recommend that, and we do support that and would reimburse, you know, the tuition, and it depends on you know, different classes or whatever, but we definitely support that financially.
Good. And then also I just wanted to know kind of how you encourage your employees to grow in this program and at this company, and like how do you measure their success?
Yeah, so we do have employee recognition programs that are nice motivators for our employees to do well and learn and grow and move up, and yeah, so that we have some good programs for that.
Good. And then and then I just wanted to know, like, how long do your PTs work at the company?
So our PTs work pretty long. We have very low rates of employee turnover and actually pretty low rates of job vacancies. So people, you know, start a job here and they usually stay for quite a long time.
That's good.
Yeah, yeah. Great. Anything else?
Oh, no, I think you've answered all my questions today.
Great. Well, thank you so much for coming in.
Great. I just wanted to give you my resume so you have a hard copy of everything.
Sure, thank you so
that
much.
we talked about as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then do you have a business card for me?
Yes, right here.
Yeah. All right. It was nice to meet you, Alan.
Nice to meet you as well.
All right. Have a nice day.
Thank you. You too.